In the waning light of a crimson sunset, the towers of Atlantis shimmered like fire against the horizon. The sea was unnaturally still, as if the world itself was holding its breath. From the marbled balconies of the Temple of Poseidon, the high priest Ilion watched the horizon darken, sensing that time was folding in on itself. Atlantis, the jewel of the ancient world, had grown too powerful, too arrogant. The deep humming beneath the earth, a low and endless groan, had become louder in recent weeks, reverberating beneath their sacred stones like the warning growl of a buried god. No one listened. The Atlantean council scoffed at Ilion's warnings, calling them myths for the ignorant. But the omens were relentless. Birds flew inland in spiraling panic. The air tingled with static. Water sometimes boiled in shallow fountains without heat. And deep beneath the city, where the forbidden tunnels wound through crystal-lined caverns, something ancient had begun to stir. The Heartstone, the energy core of Atlantis, pulsed erratically now, its blue glow flickering like a dying star. Centuries earlier, it had been gifted to the Atlanteans by a sky visitor, a being described in old glyphs as neither man nor beast. They harnessed its power, built cities that defied gravity, ships that moved through air and sea, even doorways through dimensions. But such power comes with price. That night, a rift opened in the council chamber, just for a second. Enough to show them what lay beyond, a vision of Atlantis swallowed whole by fire and waves. And a voice, not heard but felt in the chest like a drumbeat, whispered, "Return it." Panic broke out. Some tried to flee, others to pray. Ilion, with heavy robes dragging behind him, raced toward the core vault. He knew the seals were weakening. He knew the device wasn't a gift, it was a key. And the lock it had once held was beginning to open. Far across the sea, primitive tribes looked skyward as auroras lit up the night. Some danced, thinking gods had arrived. Others hid in caves, muttering that the great serpent below the ocean was waking. Back in Atlantis, the seas began to rise. Not in tides, but in walls, liquid towers that defied gravity. Lightning struck down from cloudless skies, drawn to the energy spikes bursting from the Heartstone chamber. The air warped, time fractured, and in the last seconds, some said they saw cities from other worlds shimmer into view before vanishing again. The Atlanteans, once masters of space and knowledge, fell to their knees. Ilion stood before the Heartstone as it cracked, releasing not fire, but memory, a flood of knowledge older than the stars. Visions of ancient wars, forgotten species, machines built to reshape planets, and finally, silence. As the sea consumed the golden streets, Atlantis did not sink like a stone. It folded inward, vanishing in a blink, leaving behind only a whirlpool of frothing sea and silence. For thousands of years, nothing remained but stories. But beneath the silt, the Heartstone still glows. Waiting.